Today, we are going to be talking about not responding to texts.
How hard can it be?
It's not that hard.
And it's fucking, and then you're just, boop, send, done.
It's odd because, why is it odd?
Well, let me tell you, Cian, I'll tell you why it's odd. Because replying is generally the decent thing to do. In a conversation, it's usually a two-way street, I would expect. Historically, that's how conversing has worked. Unless it's a monologue, in which case, why would I be sending it to you?
What really grinds my gears is when you make plans with a man, boy, or a man, and he is like, oh, yes, I'm free this day. And I'm like, great. The night before, I do a little check-in, just because I know that men are terrible at remembering plans. And I'm like, hey, just wanted to say I'm like super excited for lunch tomorrow.
So
and
excited.
I'm really hoping that we can meet and it's going to be great. And then I either get a text late that night while I'm asleep or early the next morning that says, hey, I forgot that my lacrosse class is at the time that we agreed to have lunch. Can you reschedule? And I was like, yeah, here are all the dates that work. And then he doesn't respond.
My qualm is with people, men, who don't reply to very funny things that I text them. At least reply with a few ha-has to give me the satisfaction that I've at least made you laugh. And then sometimes they'll bring it up later. They're like, I wanted it to always be unread so I could reread it. And I'm like, that's super cute, but tell me that by replying so I don't feel like I'm just sending this into an abyss.
I had an experience over winter break where I was trying to flirt with someone via text, and then they didn't respond for 9 days. They responded on...
Were they in the desert? What was happening?
They responded on Christmas Eve.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, I'm with my family. It's Christmas Eve. And then they didn't respond again for another, 5 days.
Everyone is on their phone all the time.
Oh.
You didn't not see this text.
No.
Just reply to it.
You fucking saw the text.
Oh, well, they replied 5 hours later, so now I have to wait at least 2 hours to reply, so it looks like I was busy. Like, no.
Men play games, and they're gonna wait 3 days to respond. And so us women are like, all right, if two can play that game, then I'll play... Wait, hold on.
Take your time.
Let me start over. Two can play that game. It's not that big of a deal.
Like scheduling a coffee with a guy is a minefield that also has sharks in it. When you try to follow up about what you think is now an inside joke between the two of you, because you've had a fun exchange about it the day before, and you're like, oh, I'll send them this YouTube video link, and they'll totally get it, and be like, oh my gosh, LOL, also, let's get married. And they just don't respond, and it's hard to know if they watched it and we're like, ha, memories, or if they watched it and we're like, it's weird that she sent this follow-up, like I was done with the joke when it ended yesterday.
What I think I hate the most is when you're texting with a guy and they're not being responsive, and then you're talking to a friend about it, and you're like, yeah, I've been talking to this guy, not being very responsive, and the friend is like, oh, that's so weird because he always responds to blah blah blah's texts. It's like ghosting, but it's worse because there was nothing to even start with.
There was never even a thing that died.
I had this grand idea to go up to a guy and be like, oh, you're missing something. Or you forgot something. This guy that Liana knows I have a crush on. And then he would be like, I hope he's watching.
He's definitely not.
And then, please, and then he would be like, oh, what did I forget? And I'll be like, my number. And then I'll pull it out of a top hat. And it's like a rabbit. And then he just pulls it out.
And then there's an actual
it's a
rabbit
scroll
with a phone number in its mouth.
Right, yes. It's written on the carrot.
Oh, okay.
And then I
ring, ring.
Imagined a world in which we would have a very sexy, flirtatious texting scenario that would end in one of us with the mouth of the other one on the other one's mouth.
God, that's the creepiest way to say making out.
How far am I willing to go to embarrass myself in order to capture your attention?
I think for me it's 4 texts that go unreplied to, and I will not send a 5th. I think I just stopped talking to the person after that point. I'm like, oh, okay, our friendship is clearly canceled. One guy once handed me his phone, and as he handed it to me, I saw that he had 87 unread texts. How do you live like that? What if one of them is from your dentist, and they're like, emergency, your tooth is on fire? I think, overall, be less shitty.
Yeah, just respond. Even if it's just a like, hey, I'm not free, or I don't find you attractive and let's never talk again.
But there is a way of communicating with someone that's not nothing.
If someone is texting you, it means that they are putting effort into maintaining a conversation or a relationship with you.
And they probably spent several minutes drafting it with two of their friends at lunch.
Right. Over-analyzing word for word
Every
text
single
messages.
message.
He sent a smiley face. What does that mean?
Or a green heart. What, is he jealous but sending
Jealous.
love?
Or is it a snake?
Reply to your texts.
Reply to your texts. It's not hard. We want to hear from you. And you want to hear from us, hopefully.
I hope you have a wonderful weekend riddled with conversations that happen either in person or digitally.
Beep, boop, beep. Text us.
Digitally, because
My
you
phone
text
number
with your fingers.
is 424.
Stop, don't give it up.
Okay.
All right, everyone.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you so much for watching.
And remember, reply to that text that you left on read.
You know who you are. Bye!